We just landed here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and within minutes, everything was unloaded. We're talking about generators, chainsaws. We're here in our third stop, Añasco, one of the hardest hit areas in the northwestern part of the island. Leaving the airport, we went to Isla Verde, and you can find damage and destruction just about anywhere. We're actually at a shelter at a school that's essentially been transformed into homes for so many people. I want to actually turn off this light here so you can see just how dark it is. When I was here in San Juan Airport just 2 days after Hurricane Maria, we didn't even have power here at the airport, and now look, we have Christmas decorations. Most people in the island are still not able to communicate. Many can't speak to their loved ones in and outside of Puerto Rico, and if you're one of them, I'm right there with you, still waiting to hear from my grandparents and family members. Well, this week I spent a few days in Puerto Rico with New York Yankees legend Jorge Posada and his wife as they were delivering thousands of supplies to the western part of the island. And while there, I also got to see my family for the first time after Maria.
Yo dije que no iba a llorar. Qué bueno verlos.
At 88 and 82 years old, my grandparents were living their darkest moments, and quite literally. Maria stripped them of their power and water, like most families on the island.
Oh my God! This is my other grandmother.
I reunited with one family member.
Hey,
after another.
Hey, chica. How are you?
How are you?
Estás grande.
My little cousin asking how we are, but more importantly, how are they?
Let's talk about how's it been here for you?
Rough, real rough. It's been hard times. I don't want to even talk about it.
Yeah.
Rough.
What's the hardest part about it all?
No water, no electricity, no phone. You don't know if you're going to leave next day. It was real rough. And I'm proud of you, all of you, that bring all this help. We are proud. We really appreciate this. It's a blessing from you.
A blessing in the form of help. A light during the island's darkest times. Because sometimes the only way to get through something is with the support from one another. 165,000 pounds of supplies that we brought over, and it was all collected here in South Florida. So just like my uncle said, he is so grateful for everybody's help here in South Florida. It does not go unnoticed. And yeah, thank you for allowing me to share my story. I tell a lot of stories that sometimes our own are some of the toughest to tell. You know?
Well, and what you just saw at home, that was the real deal. Cashel, your grandparents were not just there to be reunited with you and see you again. They were there because they were standing in line, just like everybody else, to get the supplies that you guys brought over.
Waiting for a bag of unperishable food items.
Yeah.
It was tough to see that.
NBC6 anchor Sheli Muñiz was on the ground in Puerto Rico today, getting a first-hand look at the damage done and how people are starting to recover.
Pedro Sanchez, no te voy a hablar mucho en inglés. I'm not going to talk to you too much in English, but your daughter lives where?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Patricia Sanchez, so he just wants to let Patricia know that he's okay. Yabucoa?
Yabucoa is in total destruction.
Total destruction, he says.
It's massive, the destruction in Yabucoa. Very, very big destruction. People without electricity, without everything. No water, no communication, nothing. Very old people with no recourse. With no
progress.
Yes, with no progress to communicate.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and I certainly appreciate your time being with us and showing us around as much as you can, knowing that everything that you're going through. And I want to head it back to you, but I just...
Thank you. Use my little English.
That's okay. That's okay. And you know what? One thing that I want to bring up about him is he lost his business, and he lost a lot of the stuff. He says he secured his place so well. Despite that, he still lost his business, but you know what he still has? A smile. And I tell you, that's a lot of people out here in Puerto Rico. Echar pa'lante, you'll hear them say that. They're going to continue on because they did not take away their spirits, and having faith that they're going to be able to rebuild from all of this. Back to you guys.
And Sheli says that they did find that man's daughter on Facebook, and they're working to get into contact with her.
My co-anchor, Sheli Muñiz, is in Puerto Rico right now talking with some of these people that are living under those conditions.
There's no power here. We're being basically using our light here from the camera. Can you turn it back on again? There we go. And I want to show you, Sonia Reyes has been here since the hurricane passed about a month ago. And can you show us your home here? This is a classroom that's now her home. And her kids stay here. How many kids? ¿Cuántos hijos? Tres. 3 children stay here. And you can see remnants of a classroom, and that's why it's been so hard to open up schools again. And we made a stop here. We dropped off some water. And what is your plan? ¿Cuándo crees que vas a ir a su casa?
No sé.
No sabes todavía.
No.
¿No sabes cuánto te quedas aquí?
No, no sé. Dicen que van a empezar a escuela, a veces dicen que no, a veces dicen que nos van a mudar para otro sitio, a veces que no. Hay comentarios que nos van a dejar en la calle, a veces dicen que no. No, de verdad que no sé, no sabemos nada.
They don't really know anything about how long they're going to stay. They say that they're going to open schools, they're going to move them somewhere else, but they still just don't know. Playing it by ear. Cada día un día diferente, ¿verdad?
Diferente.
Okay. We wish Sonia the best of luck and so many families who are out here. Las Marias, a shelter, a school that is now home to so many people here.
And tonight only on NBC6, morning anchor Sheli Muñiz traveled to the island. She's there with former New York Yankees catcher Jorge Posada and his wife as the couple personally delivers boxes of supplies to make life more bearable to Puerto Ricans in dire straits.
We are here in our third stop, Añasco, one of the hardest hit areas in the northwestern part of the island. Take a walk with me because we have Jorge Posada and his wife Laura who are going door to door with packages of food. Some people are very shy in the very beginning, not sure what to expect, not sure if they should come over or if they should just stay at their house and wait for the packages to arrive. Protocols changed a bit here, but there's Jorge here. Let's follow him. People are certainly grateful to see.
Bienvenido. Hola. Mucho gusto, un placer conocerlo. ¿Me dejas dar un besito? Un placer. Igual iba a ser. Voy a poner ahí, ¿ok?
She was so grateful to see you, but a little bit surprised.
Yeah, very surprised. She probably doesn't know who we are, and that's a good thing, because we are just giving stuff that we have, and that's the most important thing right now.
Right. What was in that box?
I have no idea, to tell you the truth. I know there's water, there's Gatorade in there, but there's also food and stuff that, that doesn't get damaged.
When you have 165,000 pounds of supplies, it all just kind of blends in.
Yeah. So the girls sorted out the boxes, so I got to open one and show you what's in there.
Okay. Our next stop is Isabela. We're going to be with the Posadas, so stay tuned. Much more to come. Back to you.
Collected thousands of gifts to be given out to kids and families all across the island. NBC6 morning anchor Sheli Muñiz flew to the islands with the gifts.
We are back here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It has been 3 months since Hurricane Maria struck, and we are spreading some holiday cheer in the form of these boxes here. What's inside? Toys, thousands of them that are now going to children across the island with the help of organizations and our sister station here, Telemundo in Puerto Rico. 46 boxes, days of packing, weeks of collecting for thousands of children.
When you see the face of a kid with a present in their hands, they know that Santa is not forgetting us.
And neither are we. Since Hurricane Maria hit in September, we've made several trips to the island. This time, we took off on a Spirit Airlines flight with toys in tow. 3 hours later, toys divided by gender and age were on their way to Telemundo, Puerto Rico, and soon in the hands of children. Hurricane Maria is long gone, but people here on the island still feel her wrath every single day. The strongest storm to hit there in nearly a century. Christmas just won't be the same on the island. Many families will spend it in the dark, some in makeshift homes, and others in shelters.
It's important that the people know that it's something that will pass in some time. And now we want to bring happiness to all these families in Puerto Rico who lost a lot of things, but not the happiness of the Christmas.
So the goal here is spreading some holiday cheer, and coming up later on in our newscast, I'm going to actually introduce you to 10-year-old Juan, Lakeside Elementary student here, and one idea is spreading some holiday cheer in a different way with thousands of cards. So wait till you meet him. You excited? Mm-hmm. All right, that's coming up on our later newscast later on this afternoon.
We've been following these developments so closely ever since that hurricane hit. Thousands of toys will soon be in the hands of children there in Puerto Rico, thanks to my colleagues here at NBC6 and Telemundo. Along with them, a holiday card, and that is thanks to a little boy from right here in South Florida. This week, I traveled to Puerto Rico for that special delivery.
It's It's the most wonderful time of year.
Merry Christmas.
And Puerto Ricans love to celebrate it. The holidays. But how do you when you've lost nearly everything?
It's important that the people knows that it's something that will pass in some time. And now we want to bring happiness to all these families in Puerto Rico who lost a lot of things, but not the happiness of the Christmas.
So for the past couple of weeks,
Love the Christmas music.
NBC6 and Telemundo 51 staff has been collecting toys. We packed them up last week, and I flew to the island this week on a Spirit Airlines flight to deliver them to our Telemundo partners in San Juan.
It's a great opportunity for us, and we are very, very thankful for NBC and Telemundo Miami.
Each gift paired with a card.
We're going to give them to the little kids around this island. People are going to be so happy about this idea.
That started with this 10-year-old boy. Lakeside Elementary student Juan Manuel Garcia wanted to express his support through letters. Although he himself is still learning to write, he has autism. He was inspired by an elderly man his mom met in Puerto Rico, who simply wanted someone to talk to.
But unfortunately, Don Gregorio passed away, and we have the letters, but in honor of him, and that's how everything started.
And just spiraled from there, across the classroom, the school, and the school district.
It's been very inspiring to see what the power of one child and one wish and one desire has turned out, and how it's going to impact so many other families.
One toy, one card, one letter at a time, one step at a time. It's all you can do as you pick up the pieces Maria left behind.
And that is Christmas, is to share love.
Some brightness in an otherwise dark island, quite literally.
Yeah, so that was nice to share some happy stories coming out of Puerto Rico.
Yeah. I mean, you were there before. Did you notice a little bit of a lift in the mood? I mean, it's the holidays, it's Christmas time, right? So there has to be just naturally a little bit of a bump up.
I think people naturally want to, but it's so hard because, you know, some people are celebrating it this year in makeshift shelters and temporary homes. And so this is the only way that, you know, you can just try to do something. And that mom said it might be just a piece of paper for somebody else, but for someone, it's meaningful. It says that people
small as it may seem.
It's not forgotten.
Yeah.